Don't know what to tell you. But let's get into some current event news, all right? First topic I want to talk about is the brother R. Kelly. Can't catch a break. Right? Now, R. Kelly, let me R. Kelly, right? We know that, you know, Jennifer Bonjean beat 7 of the 13 charges that he was dealing with in Chicago, right? But he was still found guilty on 6. The New York case with Azriel and who else was in the New York case? Mostly Azriel, right? This is very wrong to me. Like, this is very wrong to me, this restitution, just for Azriel. I don't know about any of the other girls or whatever. But for Azriel, right? Let me read this first. R. Kelly ordered to pay restitution of $300,000 to his victim, right? Get a water. Badlands, what up, bro? Right? So R. Kelly ordered to pay restitution of $300,000 to his victim. The amount is meant to cover the treatment of herpes and psychotherapy for the abuse inflicted by the singer. A federal judge signaled on Wednesday that she plans to order disgraced R&B superstar R. Kelly to pay more than $300,000 to one of his victims in a decades-long scheme to use his fame to sexually abuse his young fans. A restitution order by U.S. District Judge Ann Donnelly that was still being finalized is meant to cover the cost of treatment for herpes and psychotherapy. The victim, referred to only by a pseudonym, has accused the jail Kelly of giving her the sexually transmitted disease during one of their encounters. Kelly could be on the hook for tens of thousands of dollars more to pay for herpes treatments and counseling for a second victim once the final tally is calculated. The judge rejected a third claim by another accuser. The Grammy-winning multi-platinum selling songwriter appeared at the hearing in federal court in Brooklyn via video from a lockup in Chicago, and only spoke to exchange greetings with the judge to turn down an offer to say more. None of the victims were in attendance. Earlier this year, Kelly was sentenced to 30 years in prison following a trial in New York, which the jury found him guilty of racketeering and sex trafficking. A second trial in Chicago ended on the 14th of September with his conviction on charges of producing child pornography and enticing girls for sex. The question now in the New York case becomes when and how Kelly will pay the restitution. Prosecutors claim he has access to as much as $5 million to go along with about $28,000 seized from his inmate commissary account that the defense attorney Jennifer Bonjean said was made up of small donations from fans. Bonjean told the judge that Kelly has no access to any other funds because judgments in civil cases brought against him. She also insisted that her client has also been clueless about his finances. He's not the best source of that information, she said. Kelly achieved superstar status for working with the 1990s. Oh, that's bullshit right there. What's the date on this? Hold on, cuz. All right. The disgraced R&B singer has now been ordered to pay at least $309,068.18 in restitution to the victims of his sex trafficking. Sex trafficking. According to the courthouse news service reporter, Kelly also owes $140,000 in fines and an assessment, according to this chick. As of now, 368. As of now, $300,668.18 will go to a survivor of Kelly identified as Jane. Jane, I believe, in the New York case would be Azriel. The other $8,400 will go to a woman identified as Stephanie. Who was Stephanie? According to the money will go towards the cost of therapy and herpes treatment for the women. The total could also rise as prosecutors determine the cost of medication for Stephanie. Now, this is. Let me put R. Kelly back up. You know what? Let me see something. Let me put my copyright, because I'm going to use these pictures under fair use. So I will put my copyright disclaimer up here as a reminder that I'm using these under fair use. Now, as far as I remember, this would be Jane in the first case. The girl that was on Gayle King 2 times and then did that interview, the third interview with the other guy, and told 3 different stories. And then the transcripts come out and you see, the phone records come out from the feds, and you see the mother coached her from day one. It was a hustle. It was a scam. They knew about the Aaliyah. They knew that he had a fetish or a weakness, however you want to call it, for young girls. And they preyed on it. They played on it. They strategically got their daughter in a situation with him. They allowed their daughter to date him, knowing his age, but they allowed it. Now, we all know 95% of that is R. Kelly's fault, because he should know better than, I ain't gonna say he should know better. Morally, it ain't right for him to be dating young women to some people to the point where they that young that he could be tricked into them being one age younger than legal age limit. So, but as long as they're not illegal, it's not illegal. But the fact that they lied about her age, the fact that she was when he met her at was an adults only event where he shouldn't even have to question her age or anything. But ultimately, the parents strategically linked her up with him on several occasions for her to do music. Well, not do music, because the mother said in the text messages, this nigga wanted to F. So she knew that he wanted to be intimate with Azriel. It was no secret that he wasn't interested in her music. He wasn't trying to do no music. He gave her his number to pop off. The parents in this situation allow her to go stay with him. They signed over parental rights for her to go and live with him. They got money from her living with him. She was kicking back her whatever sugar daddy money she was getting, whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? She was kicking back. They was getting money. Then they come with the whole surviving R. Kelly stuff. Knowing that their daughter not only was voluntarily in a relationship with this man, but they encouraged it, they supported it, they enabled it, and they made it convenient for her to mess with R. Kelly. When their daughter got emancipated and pulled them off the nipple, and the daughter wasn't taking care of them no more, then it's the whole surviving R. Kelly. And then they make money off the surviving R. Kelly. From the footage that they shot, acting like their daughter was captive, pictures, licensing it to them, getting paid to be on there to tell their story. They made money that way. Meanwhile, Azriel is living a life that she wanted to because she was never captive. When her parents came and said, "Come on outside," she could have walked right outside. There was goddamn news cameras, all that goddamn shit out there. She didn't want to leave. She said that we seen what she told Gail the first time. She wasn't no prisoner. She wasn't none of that, right? So, which means she got titties. She got titties. He bought her titties. He bought her bags. He bought her gifts. He gave her monthly amounts. He gave her money to give to her parents. And they tricked him. If you look at the transcript, they keying behind his back, thinking their daughter's in love with him, and he's just a jokes. He's a lick. R. Kelly was a lick to that family, right? He take care of this girl. Once again, he was wrong for dating her because even though she lied about her age, he shouldn't have been dating her. But she lied about her age, and he thought she was of legal consent. When he found out that she wasn't, and he continued, that's why his ass is in jail right now. So I'm not giving him a pass on that. So when he found out, he should have left her ass the F alone. You know what I'm saying? But he chose to keep rolling the dice and shit. And she was the one, just like the other girl in the other case, the one he loved the most is the one that took his ass down, right? So my thing is this. She got to live good with him. She got to get his coaching, working on music. I'm sure she learned a lot with that. She got a lot of gifts. She got her titties done. She got to give her mother, her parents money. Ain't no telling where else she made money from. And knowing that they set him up, you tell me now she gets 300,000 on top of that shit? You telling me they giving her $309,000 and $309,068.18. And y'all know that her mother and herself manipulated the whole relationship. And y'all gonna give her 300,000. Do this girl and her family not get any repercussions behind none of their actions for what they did? Like no repercussions? And she's rewarded 309,000 even after you got the proof that the parents set this dude up as far as manipulating and everything with this relationship. And she gets 300,000 on top of it. R. Kelly was a super lick. Super lick. You heard how he was crying on that phone? He really thought this girl loved him. He was a lick. And now they're giving her 300,000. I know R. Kelly can't believe this shit. This is like a movie that is like, he done had 3 sequels already with this whole thing. This is crazy. This is crazy. But you know, much love and power to the victims that's out there that y'all would consider victims. You know, that's not what they did, is not what a lot of women done. A lot of women may have been victimized, you know, but some of these gold diggers, boy,